Good.
All right, perfect. So we're recording. Okay, so first off, what I would like to know is, where does your story start? Who are you, basically, and why did you join It Works?
All right, perfect. Well, my name is Shauntel Lyons, and I'm an Ambassador Diamond, and I started April 29th of 2012. And my story is probably just like, everyone's story. They don't intend on doing anything like this, and it just kind of happens. When I started, it's been 5.5 years, so it's kind of hard for me to remember all the details, but I do remember the feeling. I remember being overwhelmed and stressed and not being able to breathe because of all I had on my plate. Just like everyone else, I was super busy. So I was working full time as a legal assistant. My daughter was almost 2. She was still in diapers. My son he had just turned 9. And I was also in grad school. So a year prior to me joining It Works, I decided I wanted to be a teacher. I just was not fulfilled with my job. I wasn't happy. And I just thought, man, life is flying by and I don't want this to be how it is. I don't want to live for 2 weeks off a year. And so I thought as a teacher, I would be able to do something that was important and something I was passionate about, and it would be fulfilling. But I also thought I would get summers with my kids and Christmas break and Thanksgiving break and spring break because I missed all of that with my son. And it's not like, I understand that some people are okay with that. I was not. It's like every day when I was at work, that's what I felt like. I'm missing out on so much. I couldn't be at his holiday parties. I couldn't go on field trips. And so here I had this 9-year age gap between my kids. And I didn't want to repeat that with my daughter. I could not handle that. And so fast forward a year into grad school, I have 1 more year left. It's intense. It's the best way I can describe my life at that time. It was so intense. Going to work. I had to work because my husband and I agreed we weren't going to take out loans. And so I was working full time, and then I was getting my master's. And so I was working so that I could pay for my grad school in cash. We didn't want to take out any loans. So I also, apparently when I have babies, I like to put a lot on my plate, because when my son was born, I had made a goal that I wanted to be a Chiefs cheerleader. And I tried out 3 months after he was born, overweight, not in shape, just so that I could get an idea of what I needed to do in a year when I could be in shape and prepared. And so I made it when he was a year old. I was on the squad for 2 years. And this is a very important part of my story, because while I was on the squad, I had an amazing captain who became a lifelong friend, and she is who introduced me to this business. All right. So she signed up from another Chiefs cheerleader who signed up from another Chiefs cheerleader who had signed up with Lori Conway. And my sponsor kept posting about these wraps. And I just thought, I had lost all the baby weight with my daughter. I was skinny, I was looking good, but the minute I started grad school, it was like I was a robot shoving food in my mouth, sitting at my desk every night after work, going to bed, waking up, sitting at a desk for 8 hours at work, sitting at a desk in my bedroom for grad school. So I packed on 20 pounds that first year of grad school. So I see her posting about these wraps, and I thought, okay, let me just have a party, because I didn't have money. We were on a super tight budget because grad school is expensive and we were paying for it with cash. So everything was tight. I mean, I couldn't even buy a cup of coffee. So she said, if you have a party, I'll give you a free wrap. And so I was like, great, that's what I need. I need free, because I can't afford it, but I want it. And so I hosted a party, and my husband was out of town. I didn't want him to know that I was adding something else to my plate, so I waited till he was out of town. I had a party, and I was going to become a loyal customer because I wanted a pack, and it was so expensive. And I thought, I'll figure out a way to get this money. I'll tell my husband it's for Mother's Day because it was just around the corner. And so she was leaving my house, and she knew how bad I wanted this pack. And she said, Shauntel, you can become a loyal customer and make me money, or you can just become a distributor for less than what the pack costs and make your own money. And the thing about that is, I mean, had she not said that, had she just signed me up as a loyal customer and never, offered me that, I never would have even considered this business. And I was busy. I mean, she flat out told me after I joined, I'm putting you under this girl that's a hairstylist and she's going to be a rock star, but I know you're busy. You're probably not going to do anything. So you're just going to be like a $400. And I was like, okay, good. Whatever that means. I don't know what that means, but I'll take it. Thank you. I appreciate you having that kind of belief in me that I can be a $400.
Oh my gosh.
And we laugh about it now, of course, but you have to understand. I was so stressed. I mean, the night I was deciding on becoming a distributor or a loyal customer, she finally just said to me, "You're so stressed and you're so overthinking this. I think we probably should just become a customer because I don't think distributor is the right thing for you." And that made me so mad. I was like, you know what? Forget it. Sign me up. Here's my social. Here's my information. Sign me up. I'm going to do something, And so my goal, honestly, I'm being 100% honest here. Oh gosh, am I cutting out? Sorry. Did I just freeze on you guys? Okay, good.
No, you're good.
Sorry, my internet just said that my connection wasn't good. So literally my only goal when I started was to get 4 customers so I could get that free product credit. That's all I wanted. So that's what I was focused on. That's what I was doing. So I didn't even open my kit. I didn't really know what this was. I didn't know what the company was. I didn't know what the products were. I just knew I wanted that wrap and I wanted what came with that, pack that I was going to get. So one night, really late, I was studying for, one of my classes. I don't even remember which one. I just remember I had to read a ton of pages and I was so annoyed. I was like, this is so dumb. I don't want to do this. Pages I'd been added to. And so my interest was piqued, but my belief wasn't there. And so I decided that night, I saw my kit sitting underneath one of the couches, like shoved under one of the couches. And so I just decided to open it. So I took the plastic wrapping off, I opened it, and there was a magazine in there and it had all these stories. And I read all these stories. I read that magazine front to back. And that's the night that I got the vision. Once your mind expands, it can never go back. That's the night it happened for me. And so that's the night I thought, you know what? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm doing this. Like, I don't even know what that means, but I'm doing this because there's all these people that are different ages, different backgrounds, and so many differences. Some went to college, some didn't, some were super successful in their businesses prior. The only common denominator was they just were determined and they were going to do it. And I thought, I can do that. I can be determined and I can just put my head down, focus, and get it, whatever that means, done. And so that's the night everything shifted for me. Any call I could get on, we didn't have Zooms back then. Any call I could get on, any story I could read, anything that I could get my hands on. I couldn't go to events because I literally did not have the time to go to events. I couldn't have parties. And so I thought, if I'm going to do this, I have to do it by just blitzing people like crazy. So the 4 things, these are the 4 things I did. You guys, it sounds crazy, but I got to ambassador in 15 months. By the time I graduated, I was presidential. And then 4 months after that, I went ambassador and was a top 20 earner with the company. And to say that, it blows my mind because I'm an awkward yellow. I am not I'm not this person that wants attention. I'm not this person that's like a born leader. I'm a follower. In my life, I wanted to be the girl that somebody tell me what to do and somebody lead the way. The last thing I want is attention on me and to lead people. You know what I'm saying? And so I learned very quickly that, sorry, like it doesn't matter that you're shy and awkward and a yellow. You're going to have to get over yourself if you want to be successful with this and open your mouth and blitz. So these are the 4 things I did. I started blitzing like crazy, awful, and spilled way too much information in the beginning. But the more you do things, the better you get. So I got more confident. I got more comfortable with it. And so blitzing for me, I have a blitzing video on YouTube. I'll send you, Amy. But blitzing for me was, my way of building business, my business is different, just like all of yours is. And I think that that's the thing that a lot of us forget. We are not robots. We are not people that can just shift everything to be like somebody else in order to find success in this business. So I think it's very important that we all focus on our natural gifts. Okay, so my natural gift that I have learned through process of elimination is just being me and loving on people and really interacting with people in a genuine way that I would regardless of if I'm blitzing them. So in my life, I learned I just like talking to people. I like just having casual conversations with people. And so with this, I knew that we have products that people can use if they're wanting to be healthier, lose weight, and make extra money. What are the things that people are most likely talking about every day, whether you know them or not? You're always going to hear people talking about their health, their weight, and money. It's just an easy way to start a conversation. And so blitzing, for me now, I don't even realize I do it. It's so easy, and it's not something that bothers me. And examples would be, if I'm at Target and I'm, checking out, I'll just ask the worker, do you like your job? And most of the times they're like, it pays the bills, or it's okay. And that's when I will blitz them. I think you have an amazing personality, and I just want to give you this card just so you have it. No pressure, but I own my own business. I work from home. I control all aspects of it, and I think you'd be amazing at it. So if you ever just want some information, I don't pressure people, but I would love to give it to you. Can I find you on Facebook, or can I get your email address to send you the information? That is no pressure. That is not intimidating to people. That is like a compliment. Wow, she thinks I'm that amazing that she wants me to be a part of her business. I feel like we put too much emphasis on it being this awkward process, and it's really very simple. So blitzing was number one. Posting on Facebook consistently 2 times a day. The way I post now is a lot different than the way I posted in the beginning. Because in the beginning, I was chasing ranks and promotions and bonuses. And so when you post in a way that you are grabbing people's attention, you are claiming things, especially when people I know in my real life are watching it. It's like I would post things like, I am going for this bonus and I know I'm going to get it. I would love for you to join me and get yours too, because the beauty about this business is anybody can bypass anybody. There are no limits. Anybody on my team can surpass everything I've done and do more than me, which is amazing. I encourage it. Stacey Dennis was a top 10 earner. I've never been in top 10. The highest I got was number 13. Do you think I care? Do you think I was upset that she was a number 9 earner in the company? Heck no. I was so proud of her. Allie Antonacci surpassed me. Bonnie Altrudo made more than me one year. It's just an ongoing thing that shifts, but they're on my team. They're all ambassadors. They're all on separate legs. So blitzing twice, posting on Facebook twice a day. I post in a way that pulls people in versus pushing them away. So posting in a way that kind of drips on them just enough that their ears perk up and they're going to start watching and paying attention. Understand that people are not going to like and comment on all of your posts. You can't compare my day. I don't know what 5.5 years times days is, but you can't compare my day today to your day one. You have to remember that at one point in time, I was brand new with no customers, no distributors, not a lick of knowledge in my head about how to do this business or what to do. But you have to be coachable and you have to be open to consistently learn. You can never know everything. I will never know everything. I am always reaching out to leaders on my team that are diamonds, doubles, even rubies, because I see something they're doing and it's working, and I want to constantly be moving with the times. The way I built my business in the beginning is so different from the way things are going now, just because of, algorithms, and now we have Instagram, and, social media is such a presence now. So I posted consistently twice a day on Facebook in a way that is a lifestyle post. So a way that pulls people in, kind of drips on them and gets them to ask me privately, because they can't handle people are nosy. They want to know what you're doing. They want to know, what product is she talking about? What business is she doing? Third thing, open mouth equals open business. don't bang on my door begging to join my business or become a customer. I have worked super hard to consistently plant seeds. But you have to open your mouth and you have to let people know. I want everyone in my world, everyone that is connected to me somehow, some way, to know that I'm their It Works girl. If they ever need anything or want to join this business, I want to be the girl that they think of. If they ever have a friend complaining about their weight, their health, or money, I want them to refer them to me. And so, right out of the gate, I was loud and proud. And this is not something that is normal for me. I worry about what people think, but I just knew I needed to shout it from the rooftop like I had struck gold, like I had this $1 million thing, because I do, you guys. I became a millionaire with this business in less than 3 years, simply by posting on Facebook, blitzing, opening my mouth and talking to people, and wearing an It Works shirt. That's the fourth thing. Get a t-shirt, a $20 t-shirt that says It Works, and wear it like it's the only shirt you own. That's it. Those are the four things. Within 6 months, my husband and I both went double. Within 11 months, we both skipped triple and went presidential. And 4 months later, we went ambassador. There are 6 ambassadors in one of my legs. And then Stacey Dennis is another leg. She's got 11 presidentials. It's crazy. And I'm not a big recruiter. I'm a steps to success girl. That's it. I don't enroll a ton of people. I don't travel a ton. I've never done parties. I've never done events. Relationships. People need to know that you care about them. People want you to be there to encourage them, to love on them, and to pour into them. And you have to also, I think this is very crucial. I think a lot of times we try to push people to do stuff that they're not really wanting to do. You have to love people for where they're at. You have to love people for what their goals are and what they're willing to do. At some point in time, they may catch the vision. I don't know if you guys know who Hong Forrest is, but she's a presidential who I cheered with. And when she signed, she was on my chicken list. And so when she signed, I thought, oh, this is it. I'm taking off, because she's going to be a rock star. Guess how many people she enrolled her first 3 or 4 months in the business? None. None. She didn't do anything. I was like, what in the world? And then I went to conference, my very first conference in January of 2013 with 22 people. 22 people on my team went with me, which was amazing. We came back, those 22 people, and we were the sparks that lit the fire on this team. At that time, I was a double diamond. I came back and I said, there is $10,000 bonus on the line. Who is going to get it? And the whole team just started commenting, I am. And then she wrote, I am. And I was like, that's weird. She doesn't have anything. How is she going to get a $10,000 bonus? The next month she went ruby. The next month she went diamond. And then a few months later, and the next month after that, she went triple. And her going triple is what pushed me to go ambassador. And so you just never know. We don't have to force people to do anything. All we have to do is share our excitement, cast that vision, and inspire them. And magic can happen. So you are a spark. Doesn't matter if nobody on your team is working. It doesn't matter if everyone's quitting. You're the spark. So all you have to do is keep going, keep pushing, keep being the distributor you want your team to one day be full of, and eventually they come. But you have to have the belief. You have to have the work ethic. And the work ethic, this is what boggles my mind. This business is so simple. I literally worked 8 hours a day, every day, as a legal assistant for almost 4 years. This business, I grew getting up and working a little bit before I went to work, working my lunch break, and working a little bit before I went to bed after doing my homework for grad school. That was my entire first year in this business. And so you just need a little bit of focused time that's intentional, no distractions. If you have to put your phone on silent so that you get your work done without any distractions, do that, but make a list. Every night before I go to bed, I make a 6 list. These are the 6 things that are income producing that I will absolutely get done tomorrow without fail. And anything extra is a bonus. But you got to work this business in a way that brings you joy. You got to work this business in a way that makes you have fun, because this business is fun. It's two things. All we got to do is two things: sign up customers and sign up distributors. 3 distributors and 4 customers a month. Break it up into days, break it up into weeks, however you want. But that's what got me to Ambassador Diamond. I think sometimes we overthink it, we overcomplicate it. Make it simple, make it fun, and just enjoy the journey. Sorry, I talked for a long time.
No, you're fine. You blew my mind. I mean, I love everything you said. I'm just sitting here and I'm like super excited about things because I love everything that you said, and I'm so glad that I'm recording this because I think I'm going to go back and watch it like 4 or 5 times. Yeah, the things that you said, it just crazy. And I love that you are so busy, or were so busy when you first started with this. And I mean, one of my friends is going through grad school right now, and it's just funny to me because, you know, it blows my mind that you've been able to build this business, go through grad school, have a new baby, like all of these things. And it just proves that busy people get things done. You know, it's just, I love it. You just blew my mind. I'm just at a loss for words. But so a few of my leaders have messaged me about different questions that they have for you. And we've got 5 or 6 questions here. Some of them kind of go together, but you kind of touched on this a little bit. But one of the questions was, how do you get over yourself when you're in a rut or you have fear? How do you get over yourself?
I think it's okay to get in a rut and have, fear for a bit. I mean, there is absolutely no way, you can constantly be going up, 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 up. There has to be some sort of valley, and then you go back up, up, up. And so the road to ambassador, the road to leadership, it's not, this pretty road. I mean, it's ugly, and there's detour signs and roadblocks and flashing red lights and trees that have fallen down. It's ugly. I always tell people that it's ugly at times, but the good definitely outweighs the bad. And give yourself a day. Give yourself one day to do nothing and cry and throw things and make sure they're soft, but throw things and get it out of your system, but then be done with it. Be done with it, because when you are focusing on this isn't happening and this person isn't working and this person quit, and you got to change your verbiage, instead of saying I can't and I'm not worthy, you have to write positive affirmations, and really self-development goes with that. I mean, I am like, I'll show you. I mean, I have this book. I buy, like, you can see all these books. I buy at least 2 to 3 books a week. I am a self-development junkie because I did not have, my sponsor is amazing, but she was brand new when I started. So I didn't have somebody to answer my questions, so I just kind of was like, all right, if it's meant to be, it's up to me. I need to figure this out. And so I had to learn about the industry. I had to learn about leadership. I had to learn about the company, the products, I don't know a thing about the compensation plan. I just know that if you complete your steps and teach you to do the same, amazing things happen. But you have to be able to be done with it and just say, you know what, I'm not looking, back, sideways. I'm looking forward, and nothing but amazing things will happen. I'm claiming it. I am an enrolling machine. Whatever your goals are, claim it. Write out your goals. Put a plan of attack together that's very detailed of how you're going to achieve those goals, and then do it. That's the hardest part, is doing it. You just have to take that first step, and implement this plan that you put together, and be willing to try different things, because not everything's going to work. And then once you find what does work, wash, rinse, repeat. You just keep doing it over and over and over again, and shifting little things along the way that need to be tweaked. But you can't stay in a funk. And so have somebody that you can go to, an upline, a sideline sister, somebody that you can go to that you can just reach out to, not to whine and complain, but just say, I'm in a bad place. Help me get out of it. Let's have coffee. Let's have a phone call. Just help me get out of this. Don't be so don't let your pride keep you from reaching out to people. Don't make yourself feel like you have to figure it out on your own. Reach out to people.
Oh, I love it. Love it. Another question was, how do you keep your team motivated?
I think very huge for me. My strength is relationships, and so keeping them edification is huge for me. And so it could be as little as writing on their wall, or sending them a message, or sending them a text message or an email, or picking up the phone and calling them, or sending them a handwritten card that says, I think you're amazing, and I just wanted you to know that I see you and I'm grateful for you. Pull your reports at the end of every month. I pull my reports, and I look at people that are, I don't try to put a lot of emphasis on enrollers, but they are a big role in my business, so I will send a handwritten card to top enrollers in my business, somebody that is consistent with their steps, leaders that have promoted, new diamonds, doubles, triples, presidentials, and ambassadors. I'll send them a card that just says, congratulations, you're so amazing. Obviously, if it's a higher leadership rank, I'll send a little bit.
Oh, we froze. Shauntel, are you there? Bailey, did she freeze for you as well? Okay. I think we might have lost her. Okay. So it looks like we kind of lost her. Oh, maybe she's going to jump back on. I can't hear you, Bailey. You're still muted.
I was talking to my boy. Sorry.
Oh, okay. No, you're fine. I thought you were looking right at the camera. Okay. Well, I will. I think some of the stuff that she said has answered some of the other questions that we had, like with the parties, because she talked about how she doesn't really do parties. Oh, she just joined back in. Shauntel, are you there? I can't hear you. But you're not muted. I can't hear you at all. Uh-uh. I can read your lips. But as I was looking over, I'm guessing you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Shauntel?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Can you hear
Oh,
me?
okay. Yes, I can.
Okay, good. Let me turn off my computer then so it doesn't mess up. I'm so sorry. I don't know why that happened.
No, you're just fine.
I forget what I was talking about.
No, you were fine. We were talking about how to keep the team motivated, and you had said that that you're a gift giver, basically, that you kind of pour into people that way. And
yeah, I just think that, connecting your team and making them, just a unified family, I guess is the only word I can think of, is super crucial, and just knowing everybody to the best of your abilities until that layered leadership kind of starts to develop. But layered leadership is huge. I know you didn't ask me about this, but this is something that was life-changing for me with my business as far as creating layered leadership. I think a lot of times, a lot of people like to hold hands and really just be there for everybody at all times. And sorry, is that my phone that's freezing, or is that Am I freezing again?
A little bit, but that's okay.
Let me try to go to a different room. Hold on a sec. I'm going to try to go. Maybe if I get closer to the window. But yeah, layered leadership is crucial. And in the beginning, all the way up to double diamond, I kind of did everything for everybody. And eventually everybody was coming to me for everything, whether I enrolled them or not. And that was super overwhelming. And I kind of had like a little meltdown. And so I really started pouring into leadership books for self-development at that time. And one thing I learned is those first 30 to 60 days, it's perfectly fine to answer every single question a new distributor has for you. But eventually you have to let go. Eventually you have to, instead of telling them what the answer is, you have to share that with them how to find the answer. And so after 30 to 60 days, instead of giving them the answer, I'll say, you can go to eSuite and find it there, or you can call customer service and find it there. And then telling them, when you sign somebody and they ask you a question you don't know, then you come and ask me. Do not send your distributor to me. And that kind of sets the tone. Because when you do everything for somebody, you're enabling them, and you're kind of taking away that a natural ability for them to even start to lead on their own. And so potential leaders that could have taken off right away, might feel like they need to minimize themselves and not stand tall and spread those wings and fly. And so after that, everything changed. I mean, I was okay with letting people go and trusting that if they needed me, they'd come back to me, but can't hold on to everybody. And you want to control everything as far as the calls and all that stuff, but as you can't do that, or else you'll never have layered leadership, which is a huge reason I was successful. So that's kind of my little added thing I wanted to share.
Well, that's one thing that I'm like super, super grateful for is the people that are on the Zoom with us tonight is my leadership team. And I do have to brag on my team because I've got some of the best leaders. I've got some that they just they stepped up, because I did go through the postpartum depression after I had my little girl in January, and it was really neat to see. They didn't even have to be asked. They could tell that, hey, something's wrong with Amy, and so they all stepped up, and it didn't matter what rank they were. They just stepped up and took their reins, and it was really nice, because instead of everybody just having one leader, they now had 6 or 7 different people that they could go to. And yeah, that's one thing that I am grateful for regarding my team is I've got some pretty incredible leadership that's on this call. So I appreciate them. But so one of the questions that they had was about parties, but you had mentioned that you didn't really do parties.
Mm-mm.
You didn't really have time. So then I'm gonna kind of skip that one, if that's okay. Then how do you, with your new distributors, you kind of touched on that a little bit about training your new distributors, you do your layered leadership?
I don't, with new distributors, I don't limit them. I don't say this is what I did, so this is what you have to do. I am always very open to the fact that new distributors will have things that they can do that they are just naturally gifted at that I could never do. So for instance, I was presidential. I signed Stacy Dennis when I was presidential. So I signed her in May of 2013. So a little after a year after I signed up. And so she completely built her business in a different way than I did. She would do one-on-one wrap appointments. She wrapped 19 people her first month and signed all of them. Got to Diamond her first month. And she did skinny Sundays. So she did parties like crazy. And then had her team invite people, kind of like what Mackenzie Schultz did. And she just took off. I mean, she was insane. And so she was completely different than me. Her team was for the most part local, whereas mine grew fast, but it was not local. I signed up her, so she took off in Texas, and I signed my cousin in California and Hong in Nevada. And then I signed a girl that I knew through Chiefs. She signed a girl in St. Louis, and so that blew up St. Louis, and that was Bonnie L. Trudeau. And so all these different characteristics and ways that people grow. I am very upfront and honest with new distributors. My way is not the best way. There are so many different ways to grow your business. Here are all the different ways. Which ways jump out to you? Which ways do you think sound natural for you and sound fun for you? And so we just try out different ways and find which way works best for them. It's kind of how I roll.
Oh, I love it.
I don't
I
want to put
love it.
label at all.
Well, and the last question that we had was, what was the biggest thing that you have had to overcome?
Biggest thing that I've had to overcome, really just owning the fact that this is, because like I said, I did worry about what people thought about me. And so there was just kind of this day where it was like, you know what, I'm either going to go all in with this, or I'm going to be, it's just going to be a thing that happened and it's going to be gone and that'll be that, And so embracing it and just being proud and confident in the fact that I am a It Works distributor, and I have these amazing products and this is my business. And so being somebody that worries a lot about what people think, that was the hardest thing for me to overcome personally, just because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, every single person is going to have somebody in their life that thinks it's weird, and they are going to judge you. And that happened for me. And so it hurt, and it still hurts to this day, but would I change anything? No. I've had 5.5 years of this incredible life that, not even about the finances, but just being in control of my life and knowing that I have the ability to control every aspect of this business. I control when I work, how much I work, where I work from, and what my income is. I mean, to have that in the grasp of my hand is powerful. And so just waking up and just realizing, you know what, they don't live my life. Their opinions don't pay my bills, so I just need to own this and stand confident and proud in the fact that this is me. This is what I do. You're never going to not know what I'm doing. You're never going to wonder if I'm still with It Works. This is it. This is home for me. I love this company. I love our leadership. I love our products, and I love, what it's done for not only my life and my family's life, but my team. It's home. And so I could never be with another company. There's just nothing like this one.
Well, I love it. Thank you so much for pouring into us. This was, I don't even know if anybody, I'm sure my team got so much out of it, but like, I feel like you were speaking right to me on a lot of things. So I love it. That just, oh my gosh, my heart is so full right now. And I just can't even tell you how much I appreciate you. We are so, and as Riley says, thanks so much. We are so grateful, and I'm so grateful that we were able to come and push your car out, and that we could at least come and meet you. And it just,
you don't understand. I'm grateful for you guys. That was so nice of you guys. I'm so appreciative of it, and I can't thank you enough for helping me out that day. It means the world to me still. I'll never.
It's just, for us as farm girls, as I don't know, that's just the way we were raised. And so that, to us, going out and helping people, and I can speak for the majority of our team, that's just who we are. Like, that's one of our gifts, I guess, is that we're able to go out and we just help people. And it's just the fact of, like, opening our mouth and being able to say, by the way, this is what I do for work. You know what I mean? Because if it's cows are out, or, you need help with this, that, or the other, we're right there. But it's getting over that little ledge of, by the way, this is what I do for work,
Yeah.
So
well, y'all didn't even hesitate. You were just there and happy to get all messy for me. So thank you so much.
We loved it. But thank you for taking time out of your Sunday. I know that things have been crazy. I didn't realize that you were right there in Kansas City with the boot camp and everything like that. Just didn't make connect. So I appreciate that you took the time tonight. And
I'm happy to.
Oh, I appreciate it. So thanks so much and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. You too. Bye, guys. Thank you so
Yep.
much for having me. All right.
We'll,
See you soon.
we'll see ya.